live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Wednesday, April the 13th, 2022. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, Grenada Trades Union Council plans May Day 2022 with much to celebrate. Prime Minister assures police officers that government will work collaboratively to resolve the pension issue. Officials keen to complete airport expansion and upgrade project to deliver on 2023 deadline. And in around the globe, regionally, LPG shortage looming in Trinidad and Tobago, and Russia claims more than 1,000 Ukrainian troops have surrendered in Mariupol. Coming up in sports, another crushing defeat for the national women's football team in CONCACAF qualifiers. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, this is GBN's News at 7. The president of the Grenada Trade Union Council says that plans for Labor Day 2022 are well on the way, as they have much to celebrate this year. Rena Pierre-Thomas has this report.
President of the Grenada Trade Union Council, Andrew Lewis, says plans are on the way for May Day celebrations 2022, which will be held in its traditional format for the first time in 2 years. He revealed that with the removal of COVID-19 restrictions, the celebrations will revert to pre-COVID fashion, giving workers the full opportunity to express themselves.
Let me just use this opportunity to say that May Day will be, as the usual May Day, pre-COVID. We are still asking people to be careful, sanitize, etc., follow the protocols as best as is possible, but there'll be more details on that. So yes, and we expect, and I'm sure that you expect in the media, and the population expect that May Day this year shall be hot. There are a number of issues to highlight, both to be happy for in terms of victory, and there are a number of matters to highlight, both in terms of still having to fight for issues.
This international holiday is observed on May 1st. It is most commonly associated with a commemoration of the achievement of the labor movement. He said over the past few years, the unions have won some battles for the workers' rights. The most recent is that of the pension and gratuity.
In spite of and despite COVID, and that has only been possible based on the militancy of the workers and the leadership of the unions. And certainly in Grenada, we have demonstrated that COVID-19 was not able to quarantine workers' rights.
May Day rally will be held on Sunday, May 1st, commencing at 9 a.m. from the Karani James Boulevard onto the Royal Louis Jr. Murray stand at the National Stadium.
Calling on all workers and the population to participate in May Day celebrations 2022. May Day celebrations is a celebration recognizing the struggles of our founding fathers, the struggle of our foreparents, and to highlight our solidarities with each other. Purchase your union T-shirts, right? Listen to the announcement from the different unions, right? Participate, be militant, come out and militantly demonstrate.
The official launch of the celebration will be held on Thursday. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has promised officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force that he will seek out a resolution to the pension issue following the recent High Court ruling. He was speaking at a recent meeting with the officers as they discussed pertinent issues affecting them. More in this Rena Pierre Thomas report.
In his latest engagement with senior members of the Royal Grenada Police Force on Tuesday, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell assured members of the RGPF that government will continue to work collaboratively with stakeholders as it seeks to resolve the pension issue following the recent High Court ruling. In a recent press release, the Prime Minister described the pension matter as a crucial one, stating that government must be practical in its approach. He explains that the pension ruling has enormous implications, not just financially, but also legally, as the decision impacts the legality of some of the things that are being done now, including government's top-up of NIS pension payments. The Prime Minister further reiterated that the issue is complex. He said, and I quote, "It's not as simple as appeal or don't appeal, pay or not pay. Even if we agree on compensation, we have to find the money." Unquote. Despite the challenging nature of the pension issue, the Prime Minister made a commitment to the workers and said they will work it out to fix it together, and that's the commitment he makes. Other matters addressed by the Prime Minister in the almost 2-hour-long meeting included the necessity of maintaining a safe and peaceful environment, improvements to various police stations, the additional month's salary provided for in the 2022 budget announcement, and the overall performance of the RGPF. The questions and comments from police officers included outstanding allowances, improvements to the South St. George Police Station, manpower levels within the force, and striking a better balance between male and female recruits. Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.
Grenada is one of 2 Caribbean countries that have not yet ratified the SCAZU agreement. Following 7 years of negotiations, on March 4, 2018, a number of countries in Latin America and the Caribbean adopted and endorsed this human rights treaty negotiated by the people for the people. More on this from Katrina John.
The regional agreement on access to information, public participation, and justice in environmental matters for Latin America and the Caribbean, SCAZU, is an international treaty signed by 25 Latin American and Caribbean nations concerning the rights of access to information about the environment, public participation in environmental decision-making, environmental justice, and a healthy and sustainable environment for current and future generations. Ruth Spencer, an Antiguan working with non-governmental groupings, explained that this agreement will give a voice to the voiceless on environmental matters, as most decisions are made only by government officials.
And because we're in small islands, sometimes these environmental projects bring harm to people and the environment. So what we are saying, this agreement gives us that right to a clean, healthy, sustainable environment. So it means now that we can have a voice in environmental decision-making. If a project is planned for Grand Anse, the people from Grand Anse should have an opportunity to share how they feel about it.
Kate Wilson, the legal officer in the Department of Sustainable Development and the focal point for the agreement, highlighted the 3 components of this agreement that will allow for government to be held accountable.
So it has 3 main components: access to information, public participation, and access to justice. So You need to put in place all the things that the access to information asks. Then the middle part of the middle component of the agreement is public participation. It speaks to involving the public at every stage of the process.
Wilson explained that Grenada has not yet ratified this agreement, and so they are in Grenada to meet with stakeholders.
We are here because St. Lucia and Antigua have gone far ahead. We were asked to assist. So we are here to mobilize, to educate, to sensitize. So we are meeting with a number of stakeholders to explain why it is important for Grenada to ratify this agreement. And if Grenada ratifies, what it does is that it opens up a door to run for funding, so that you can get structural funding from donors, from people, because they'll recognize, because it's not Grenada on its own. You remember when we go out there and negotiate, if you go and negotiate on your own, St. Lucia go on its own, Grenada on its own, who's going to take us on? So we come together as a grouping that makes us solid.
According to Ms. Spencer, the first conference of all the signatories of this agreement will take place next week in Chile, where the rules of procedures will be set. She said Caribbean countries need to go forward with a collective vision that includes the people. GBN tried to establish contact with Senator Simon Steele as to the reason why Grenada has not yet ratified this agreement, but this proved futile. Christina John, GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, officials keen to complete airport expansion and upgrade project to deliver on July 31st, 2023 deadline. Stay with us.
My name is Dominic Lawrence. I'm a police officer by profession, and I've been a member of Arisa now for about 20 years or less. I chose to join Arisa because I've been hearing some good stuff about them. Then my sister was a member before me. She told me about her good experience that she had with Arisa. What I like most about Arisa is the way they treat you as a member. They take good care of you. They help you in very, very good ways. They have some good products in place to help you. I've been able to budget a lot better because of the products and things that they have in place to help us as members. I love it when you call Arisa and the way they would answer the phone. Arisa, how can we make you smile? I would like to take this time now to congratulate Arisa on the 75 years of service to the people of Grenada.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Bill rebuilding or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Grenada Distillers Limited wishes to advise its valuable customers their sales van will be delivering island-wide this Saturday, April 16th. Sales orders can be made at the following numbers: 444-5363, 417-9821, or 420-2062. Thank you from the management and staff of Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Grenada's #1 rum.
The most anticipated kids event is happening on Saturday, 16th April, Easter Saturday.
Easter Kids Extravaganza.
The Easter Kids Extravaganza. Monroe's Playing Field, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Easter Saturday, rides and slides.
Obstacle courses, rock climb, bouncy castles, and much, much more. Then from 6 p.m., we move stateside for special performances from IMG Fuego, the Magico Circus from Cuba, alongside Fawn, Looney's Park, and Electrify. Admission kids, $5. Adults, $10. Parents, guardians, get the kids ready. Easter Saturday, Monroe's Playing Field. Something not to be missed.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Officials of the Civil Aviation Ministry and the Maurice Bishop International Airport are keen on the completion and delivery of a number of components under the airport expansion and upgrade project. July 31st, 2023 is the deadline for the MBIA upgrade project, which began in February 2021. We get the details in this report from Gerard Joseph.
The government of Grenada has encountered challenges in regard to airlift that can assist with the export of fresh produce and fish to the United States, which is the major buyer.
Amerijet continues to come on a weekly basis, but we have had some difficulties in terms of some no-shows at times.
According to Civil Aviation Minister Clarice Modest-Cohen, they have had to rely on Spicer Fish House, one of the major private exporters, to ensure that a cargo plane collects fresh fish weekly, primarily while including some of the local fresh produce. Despite major exporters having come up with this alternative, the Civil Aviation Minister says these substitutes are still not enough for the amount to be exported.
But there is not enough airlift for cargo. We are well aware of that. Fish takes the lion's share. The allocated amount is about 50,000 pounds, and fish takes the high 40s of that. So we still have to look for more airlift.
She says government has been approached by potential private exporters who are seeking to take advantage of the southbound airline routes, which are currently a loss for Grenada.
And government saw it fit to facilitate with certain requests for the southbound leg of it, where now they're doing transshipment of, they bringing goods into Grenada, and some of it is transshipped to other islands like Barbados and other islands, and that helps ease the cost of having to take care of both north and southbound. And
Minister Modest notes that collaboration among stakeholder ministries is a critical aspect, and government has already committed to one private exporter's proposal. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Tourism Minister Clarice Modest Corwin says she is concerned about the airlift situation affecting Carriacou. Addressing Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing, Minister Modest Corwin said airlift to the sister isle has been significantly impacted, and government is concerned about the inconvenience visitors face getting from the mainland to Carriacou. The minister said in September 2021, SVG Air announced it was operating at a loss and was considering pulling its services.
As we know, we have been served over many years by SVG Air, and that service is no longer readily available. They do certain charters and so on, but it's not the frequent airlift that we used to have between Grenada and the mainland and Carriacou, and that is affecting us very seriously. We have had discussions with service providers on the matter. We have reached a very significant way with one service provider to provide a twin otter, and I've spoken to that already. One of the difficulties is that the twin otter has to be, regardless to who we speak to, it has to be sourced.
Minister Modest Corwin said government is presently putting together a proposal to address the airlift situation, as movements between the islands is critical.
Moving very aggressively with our discussions. We've had a proposal by the service provider, which Cabinet has approved, and so the matter is now, a document is being put, a legal document that we can sign on the dotted line with that service provider as soon as possible, because it is critical to have a smooth flow of airlift between mainland and Carriacou. So
fisherfolk in St. George are calling on government to pay more attention to their plight. They say they are now struggling to get their fish sold, as fish from the small vessels are not being accepted for export. As it's the Lenten season, Christina John linked up with fishermen on the Carenage, catching up on sales. More in this report.
Guys who ply the trade, Grand Mall, this young man is telling me that's where he usually sell his fish, but decided to come over on the Carenage, I guess because the sales might be a little bit more brisk on this side.
These are not too bad for the past few days. Coming here, we get insurance and everything. Selling fish at $8 a pound because they can't go and sell in Grand Mall because they're only taking from the bigger vessels.
Well, since morning I come over here with 2 tuna and only one I sell so far. Sale this morning it was very nice and now it just broke down. Earl dead now.
Although fish sales are a bit better for this young man, for others that's not the case. They are singing a different tune.
I mean 2 o'clock yesterday, about after 2 mid the evening time. Okay. And we there on a jetty waiting for our fish to ship because they had a shipment. All after 4 in the morning, we still there on a jetty waiting for our fish to go through. And they say, well, when they come and grade it, they say it feels so. That is why we here on the Carenage today, trying to pass it to some farmers. I don't like how they treating us in Grenada here. It ain't nice at all.
Some fishermen who usually ply their trade in the Grand Mall area and sell the fish for export have now taken their catch to the Carenage St. George to sell, as they say it is rejected for the international markets. They say the fish often passes the international grade when they leave Grenada. However, when they arrive at their destination, they are rejected, running them into a loss. They want government to intervene as they have financial obligations and their families to feed. One young man showed GBN the result of his sacrifice.
How the thing going now? Fishermen at the ship, they own fish for themselves. And when we ship, they grading it down here. They say it's grade 1, and when you reach up there, it's a different grade. It's failing up there. So we really want to know what's going on. When the money come back to us, they taking it for the shipping, they taking it for the box, they taking it for the company taking out the percentage, and We's like dog in Grenada here. Nothing ain't going on for us.
Fine, should have more flights in place so that exporting will be top class because we have the best grade in the Caribbean and everything. So
fisheries is not taking no fish from no small boats. They're always telling us that they're not getting clean and these things and them. Which I would love for the government to do something much better than that for us fishermen. Because every morning I have to leave my bed 4 o'clock to go out in the ocean to go and hold the fish and them. I have 9 fish and I have to sell the 9 for myself.
So Friday, the quarter broke my hand and he lost my hand, so it's a risky game. But I find they really need to do something about this.
Civil Aviation Minister Clarice Modeste Kerwin during Tuesday's press brief says, according to the main exporter of fish in the country, the quality of the fish from the small boats become compromised after long journeys.
The date of commencement of this problem seemed to have happened about in the past 3 weeks. What I was told, and we've been following up with the main exporter of fish in our country, in following up on conversation with him, because when I heard about it last week, I called him. He was out of the country, but we managed to connect, and I asked, well, what is happening with the smaller boats? And he said, well, when the fish gets to North America, they have had complaints about the poor quality of the fish. Now, it does beg the question, why just the smaller boats, and why in the past 3 weeks? Is it something that they're doing differently?
Christina John, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what's been creating a buzz on social media. Beverly Telesford has been looking around the platforms.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. Disgusting. That's how one survivor from the capsized MV Fairchance is describing the response of authorities. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines registered vessel overturned in TNT's waters on Saturday, April 2nd. 2 of the 7-member crew escaped alive. So far, 1 body was recovered from the vessel, and as for the remaining 4 people who remain unaccounted for, no word has been given on the retrieval of their bodies. A TV6 report aired on Friday featured one of the survivors.
This position right now, we out here, there is no Coast Guard, there is nobody who can have a look. We out here, there is nobody with us to, it's time going, it's today, it's 6th day, today is the 6th day, 7 days since this incident took place. The guys boy down there, look at that, the divers, the salvage team, see they're seeing the bodies, but they cannot get the bodies out due to the guys and them are trapped.
While he expressed dismay at the status of the other crew members, some of our Facebook users took to the comments section to share their concerns and offer words of solace. Phyllis said, "My brother, live each day of your life thanking and serving God." Sally added, "This tragic incident proves that whenever we go to sea, we can't assume that we will be rescued. We must be sure our vessels are seaworthy in all respects, properly loaded and equipped with all possible emergency and life-saving gear to save ourselves. Still, accidents happen and rescue response can also be improved. So sorry for the loss of these lives." Rona chimed in, "Dexter, also known as Parrot, I'm sorry you had to go down like that. You are a good person to me. I'm feeling it for your family." Deborah said, "Please tell the public what happened to the other crew members." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Norman Gilbert, says students in China are fine despite the COVID-19 lockdown. This is News at 7.
Gregorian Church of God presents its Global Bible Marathon, the Grenada Edition 2022. 24 hours of online ministry experience with non-stop reading of the entire New Testament. Come Resurrection Sunday, April 17th from 6 p.m. into Easter Monday. Join us live on Facebook and YouTube. Get ready as we proclaim the unchanging Word of God. Save the date and see you there.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Stasia Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Stasia Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Stasia Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grand Anse. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 406-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. Stasia Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
During these times, we are facing the same obstacles, changes, and no rules to get through it. We had to find the power from within, pushing limits and conquering every training session to ignite our minds and give our muscles the fuel they need. Powerade Advanced Iron 4 formula with its flavors Mountain Blast, Fruit Punch, and Jagged Ice gives you fast hydration after sweating because of its 4 electrolytes to go the extra mile. Powerade, feel the power.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education says Grenadian students studying in China are doing just fine, despite the country shutting down various provinces due to the spread of COVID-19. Rena Pierre-Thomas has that story.
An official from the Ministry of Education says so far they have not received any reports from Grenadian students studying in China of any challenges in sourcing food or medicine supplies as the country struggles with a recent spike in the COVID-19 virus. According to international news report, millions of people across China have been desperately seeking medical care and basic supplies like food as the country continues to battle its biggest COVID-19 wave. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Norman Gilbert, said his ministry reached out to students and other parties as late as Tuesday to get an update on their well-being.
I also would like to indicate at this point that the ministry, in communication with the students as well as in communication with the Chinese authorities here locally and our universities in China through our CSC office, that we have received no adversary complaints from students in regard to challenges faced with access to food or water or medical supplies, as the case might be at this time. While we do understand and appreciate that China, again, has been experiencing some challenges in regard to COVID-19, we are of the view, based on the feedback received from all of our sources, that the students have not had any major challenges.
P.S. Gilbert says they are working along with the Chinese embassy and other stakeholders to maintain the care and assistance needed for the students. He is calling on parents, guardians, or students who know of or are facing challenges to contact the ministry.
I just want to encourage and to say to parents and guardians of students who are in China that we are doing our utmost to ensure that the students are safe. With the support of the Chinese embassy or Grenadian embassy in China as well. And we believe that we are in a position where the students are in good keeping. And if there are any students who are of concern based on what is happening in their local province, that we are asking parents or students or guardians to so reach out to us at the ministry here, in particular at the scholarship desk, so that we can establish communication with those students to see what exactly those issues are.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pierre-Thomas reporting.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's ISAW is nothing like our news desk has seen before. Our ISAW reporter submitted photographs of the most oddly shaped papaya our news team has seen. This papaya was grown on the Sister Isle Carriacou. What do you think of this one? The papaya, or papa, according to WebMD, is used for the treatment of cancer, diabetes, dengue fever, HPV, and many other conditions. But there is no good scientific evidence to support these claims. What home remedies have you known papa to be used in? Tell us when you submit your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. The weather is up next and in sports.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business, for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spice T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th, $10. Bring the drums, count shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spice T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
There was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Looking at tonight's weather, it's expected to be fair at first and breezy, becoming partly cloudy with a few brief isolated showers. The winds are expected to be east-northeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, with tonight's minimum of 23.5 degrees. A marine advisory is in effect. Low tide will be at 9 o'clock p.m. and high tide at 2:30 a.m. Looking forward to Thursday, we'll have sunrise and sunset at 5:57 and 6:19 respectively. The weather will be partly cloudy and windy with the occasional light to moderate showers, especially overnight. Looking ahead to Friday, sunrise and sunset will be at 5:56 and 6:20 respectively. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light to moderate morning showers, improving as the day goes. And looking ahead to Saturday, we'll have sunrise and sunset at 5:56 to 6:20, and the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with the occasional light to moderate isolated showers. And that's tonight's weather. sporting fans, let's kick off with football. The Pure Grenada Cup kicks off in just over 2 weeks. The Pure Grenada Cup is an official tournament of the Grenada Football Association and serves as the qualifying platforms for selection on the national football teams. President of the GFA, Cheney Joseph, says he's happy to see so many young men contesting this year's tournament.
I see many new young faces here today, and I can tell you, Abby, I know they are excited to be on the field in front of the fans and to and to score goals for their respective teams. What I can assure you is that the Grenada Football Association will continue to aspire to improve on its delivery of the game, whether it is on the field of play, coaching opportunities for coaches, improving on the quality of clubs and club administrators, and more importantly, the governance of football in Grenada.
The 8 teams, which consist of all parishes, including Carriacou, as well as the national under-17 team, will be split into 2 groups. Group A will be led by defending champs, Big Parish Stars of St. Andrew, while Group B will be headed by Western Stars of St. Mark. The other teams will draw to decide which group they will play in. Megaforce Promotions is responsible for the overall operations and supervision of the competition. Managing Director is Wayne Waggy T. Redhead.
The first place for the Pure Grenada Cup this year will be $30,000. So the winning team will walk away with $30,000. The second place is $20,000. The third place will get $10,000, and the fourth place will get $2,500. We also have prizes for the best defender, the most goals, and the MVP. All the teams playing in the tournament this year will get an appearance fee of $2,500. So once you play a game, you will get it on the Monday. You will collect a check for $2,500. That's your appearance fee.
The national women's football team lost yet another game in the CONCACAF women's qualifiers, going down 6-0 to Bermuda on Tuesday. The Spice Girls were playing their 4th match of the qualifiers, having already lost to the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands. For Bermuda, Leilani Nesbitt opened the scoring in the 10th minute, and Nia Christopher followed 13 minutes later, putting the hosts 2 goals ahead by halftime. In the 56th and 73rd minutes, Nesbitt found the back of the net again to complete her hat trick. Victoria Davis added to Grenada's woes with a goal in the 78th minute, and Christopher sealed the win with another goal in the 88th minute. The victory allowed Bermuda to finish 3rd on the table behind Jamaica and Dominican Republic. Here are some highlights from the match.
This one, it was all Bermuda. It started way back in the 10th minute. Leilani Nesbitt drives it home to the bottom corner. That would be a theme throughout the evening from Nesbitt and Nia Christopher in the attack. This one, for the penalty, was drawn, tucked away by Christopher as she was falling down. Still managed to get it into the corner. That came in the 23rd minute. It was her first of 2 goals. And we went to the halftime break with a 2-0 lead for Bermuda, as the fans in attendance loved every bit of this action. Second half, they continued their dominance, Bermuda. Leilani Nesbitt would add 2 more goals. This would be the first of those. And in the 56th minute to make it 3-0. She would later convert on a penalty that she drew herself. There was the foul. It was a delayed call. Eventually was called, and she drove it home to the bottom corner. That gave her 5 in the tournament, 3 on the day. And here Victoria Davis, a little help from the goalkeeper, Piana Salande. She had just subbed in a minute prior. Didn't really get a chance to warm up. Falter for that. And then the exclamation mark, as it has been all group stage long. Nesbitt to Christopher. Those 2 end with 5 goals each. Bermuda picks up its 2nd victory by a 6-0 scoreline.
And And still in football, Grenada's FIFA referee Rion Radix was appointed and is currently participating in the CONCACAF Referee Academy in Dallas, Texas, which goes until Sunday. The CONCACAF Referee Academy at Dallas Cup 2022 is a highly competitive international soccer tournament comprising of 7 age groups ranging from under 13 to under 19. The CONCACAF referees are officiating matches in the super group under 19s as well as other age groups. The academy includes technical seminars and fitness sessions, while match officials' performance will be examined by referee assessors who will provide feedback. First Vice President of the Grenada Football Association and Chairman of the Referees Committee, Alan James, says the Academy is a prestigious forum for referees as it gives them a chance to get on the field experience and technical assessment on how to improve their skills. Radix is a FIFA referee for the 4th consecutive year. He first represented Grenada at the CONCACAF Referee Academy in 2018. That's it for sports. Regional and international news are next. And now for what's happening around the globe. Cooking gas could be in short supply in Trinidad as smog from a burning landfill shuts down operations at National Petroleum's refilling station in Sealots. The company says employees are unable to function as their work environment has become toxic. The details from CNC3 News.
As thick smoke from the Beetham landfill blankets the Sealots area daily, operations at the National Petroleum Refilling Station have ground to a halt.
We have to come here like from 9 on the night, like last night, 9 o'clock, and wait all night, wait all day. No food, no rest, no gas.
It's been this way since last Wednesday, when the landfill first started burning.
And it's really getting out of hand now because there are so many customers have no gas. My phone is ringing off the button every second. And I just have to make stories and tell the customers I fed up of this.
Like Emmanuel, many others are at their wits' end.
I come in here every day since last week Wednesday and no production. Since in the morning 5 o'clock, the smoke just come up. When the breeze start to blow, it just go away, and they're using that as a strategy to lock off the plant for the whole day.
Several of them, including Pursu, sleep in their trucks outside the gates, waiting for work inside to restart.
Well, I just come down and make the sacrifice because I have children to mind, I have bills to pay, school opening on the 19th, and right now I don't have an income for a whole week now. And I'm working on commission, and if I don't get the gas, I don't have nothing. Nothing at all.
And while the truckers say the smog from the landfill fire has caused some issues, they said this plant has been having problems for years. They are now calling for fresh management to take over.
It's going long time it's going on. They need to reach these people and them, pay them off and let them go the damn way. That's what they need to do. And get fresh people.
But while they are angry, NP Chairman Zahid Hussein says there is nothing the company can do. He says the workers cannot function in such a toxic environment. He also denies the truckers have not gotten any refills since last week.
Russia has claimed that more than 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers have surrendered in the besieged port city of Mariupol. But a top advisor to Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky insists the city is still standing and some Marines have joined another battalion. Here's the BBC with this story.
Russian state television is broadcasting pictures that it says shows dozens of Ukrainian soldiers surrendering in the besieged southern port city of Mariupol. Russia says more than 1,000 soldiers have laid down their arms. But Ukraine disputes that and insists resistance by its forces is continuing. The city's mayor has accused Russian forces of committing war crimes and disposing of victims' bodies while keeping the city sealed off.
Sadly, there are still over 100,000 people in Mariupol waiting for evacuation. There are also people in the outskirts who are packed and ready to leave. That's another 60,000 people.
Making conditions worse, no humanitarian corridors were able to open on Wednesday for people to escape the fighting and move to the relative safety of the west of the country. The Ukrainians accuse Russian forces of violating agreements that would keep the corridors safe, a claim Russia denies. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said tens of thousands of civilians have so far been killed by invading Russian forces. Russia has categorically denied committing any war crimes.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Chancellor Rishi Sunak have been issued fines by London's Metropolitan Police for attending a party held in Downing Street during a COVID lockdown. The fine means Boris Johnson has become the UK's first serving Prime Minister to be sanctioned for breaking the law. Both politicians have apologized but say they will not resign despite calls from opposition MPs for them to step down. Let's go to the BBC.
The two men at the heart of government, but now found to have broken the lockdown laws they set, designed to keep people safe during the pandemic.
Happy birthday to you.
June 2020, and Boris Johnson visited a school on his birthday, which was allowed under the rules in place at the time. But later he attended a gathering in the cabinet room of number 10, which police have decided broke the rules. Rules which the Prime Minister has previously denied had been broken.
I have been repeatedly assured since these allegations emerged that there was no party and that no COVID rules were broken, and that is what I have been repeatedly assured.
Yesterday, though, he accepted the police findings and offered an apology.
I understand the anger that many will feel that I myself fell short when it came to observing the very rules which the government I lead had introduced to protect the public. And I accept in all sincerity that people had the right to expect better.
The Chancellor, also fined for his attendance at the Cabinet Room gathering, was asked earlier this year what he knew of any events that may have broken the rules.
For the record, Chancellor, you knew of nothing of any of these gatherings, even one that happened outside that window.
But what I was focused on at that time, as were many people, is making sure that we could help the country through a period of enormous anxiety, and it was incredibly busy.
In a statement yesterday, he offered an unreserved apology, saying, "I understand that for figures in public office, the rules must be applied stringently in order to maintain public confidence. I respect the decision that has been made and have paid the fine." Conservative MPs, even those critical of Boris Johnson in the past, argue that with war in Ukraine, now is not the time for a leadership challenge. But opposition parties were quick to call for both men to go.
And that's it for what's happening around the globe. Stay with us for a recap of tonight's top stories. And now for a recap of tonight's top headlines. Grenada Trades Union Council plans May Day 2022 with much to celebrate. Prime Minister assures police officers that government will work collaboratively to resolve the pension issue. Officials keen to complete airport expansion and upgrade project to deliver on 2023 deadline. And then around the globe, regionally, LPG shortage looming in Trinidad and Tobago. Russia claims more than 1,000 Ukrainian troops have surrendered in Mariupol. And in sports, another crushing defeat for the national women's football team in CONCACAF qualifiers. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on our Facebook or YouTube channel. I'm Stasia Blake. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.